Welcome back to Sims for Seniors, where we are trying to do 52 Sims 4 challenges in 52 weeks. We are currently doing the Decades Challenge. The decade is 1940, and it is time for war again. Make sure you join us for each episode as we dive into historical gameplay and set up World War II. In this video, we are going to explore the unique challenges and adventures of our Sims while they are facing a global conflict and societal change. So let's take a look at the rules for 1940. So we have to remember, war, all of the adults, even young adults, will have to go off to war. We will spin the wheel, odds they die, evens they survive. Other changes for 1940. Males who experience wartime must take on the following traits: gloomy, hot-headed, clumsy, insane, lazy, mean, or non-committal. All males must get a job. Sims can only eat one hot meal per day. Single women and young adults and teenage girls must get a career. If they're married, they can decide to pursue their career or become a housewife. Sims can now take a medicine when they're sick. Every house must have a radio, and someone must listen to it for at least 1 hour every day. Every house must now have a victory garden. The garden should have at least 4 different vegetables. Backyard chickens are encouraged, and teenage jobs are encouraged. Andrew, the patriarch of our family, is an elder, so I don't believe we'll send him to war. We do have Albie, Margaret's husband. He is an adult. So let's spin the wheel and see if Albie survives the war. All right, so here we go. And remember, it's odds they die, even they live. No. Albie is gonna die. Oh, and he just started that orchard. Poor guy. They lost their house in the Depression, they had to move back in with Mom and Dad, and now he's going to die in the war. So we'll have to figure out who's going to take over the orchard or if they're going to sell it. I'm heartbroken over that one. All right, let's take a look at Charles. That is Margaret and Andrew's second son. He is also, I believe, a young adult. So let's spin for him. Oh no. Oh no. So it looks like Charles, the second son, is also going to die. Oh, who does that leave? How old is James? James is a teen, so he is exempt, but he'll have to get a job. Thomas is Margaret's little boy. He's still a child. And so is Robert. So the only son that Andrew and Mary have left will be James. And he will survive the war because he is a teenager. Oh. Okay, let's kill some people. And there he is. This is so tragic. Here comes the Grim. He didn't take very long today. Well, at least with it being 1940, if we have any more tragedies with the males, Margaret can inherit. Let's put him in the graveyard out back. Geez, Margaret, you didn't even get up when your husband died. Dang. Where's the rest of the family? They're all going to be sad for a long time. Now make sure you stay tuned till the end of the video for your Sims 4 tip of the day. Hey, Grim. What up? Said, yeah, it's war. I've been busy. You know, Mom and Dad are getting up there in years, so we may have to expand the family garden gravesite. We may have to expand the family gravesite. Come on, Griff. So in the graveyard, we have Charles, George, and Albie. Mm. Well, let's go ahead and look at the house. We've got our chickens, so we've accomplished that. I don't know that we have 4 vegetables. Let's see what we have planted. Tomato, blueberries, potato, strawberries, mushrooms, strawberries, bell peppers. So we've got our 4 available. We'll also need to get Margaret a job, but I honestly think her job is going to have to be to tend to the apple orchard. Okay, let's see how our orchard is coming along. The apples are in season in fall. We still have 10 days of fall left, so maybe they will sprout and produce. We have over here planted a row of grapevines. I think these are more apples. Yeah, what do we got back here? Let's see what we have back here. Blueberries and strawberries. We'll see if anything needs to be tended to. Water. Plant does not need water. About over here. No, watering need to be done there. Nothing looks like it needs to be weeded. So we'll send Margaret and the kids home. We paid that bill. We paid that $5,000 bill. We're going to take it out of the profits of the orchard, though. I don't really think the family's going to have trouble with money because Dad is still alive and he's still at home, and because of the Works Program Administration, they're hiring artists to make World War II posters to keep up the morale and get everyone involved in the war effort. So he's going to make money throughout this time period. But Margaret, you are going to need to get a job. With many of the menfolk off fighting the war and dying, women took on roles traditionally held by men. Rosie the Riveter became a symbol of female empowerment as millions of women worked in factories producing war materials. It's also a side note that many women found freedom outside the home and did not go back to the traditional housewife role after the war. What can we do with freelance? Crafter, digital artist, fashion photographer, paranormal investigator, programmer, or writer. Let's do culinary. It seems for women working outside of the home during the war, there was a lot of food to prepare, soup kitchens still to run, and working with the Red Cross. Now, who needs to get a job? James. James, let's get a job, buddy. Select a job. There were no baristas. There were restaurants, lifeguard, retail employee, manual labor. Let's do manual labor. He's building ships in the shipyard for the war. Andrew has moved out. Well, sort of. The death of his son hit him very hard, and the death of Albie also. He knows he's getting older and his time is running short, and he has felt like he's not left the family any legacy. Mary is extremely upset with him, but she knows after years of marriage that there is no sense in arguing. So Andrew has built himself a little shack out onto the orchard. He has decided the orchard is going to be his legacy to the family. He wants to spend as much time out there as possible. He also thought it would be a fun place for the grandkids to come, visit, and play. Mary is worried about his health. She says it's too cold, it's too damp for him to be there. But he went over to the Hoover camp as they were tearing it down, and he found all the things he feels like he needs. And so tending to the orchard and finishing his final paintings is now his goal. If we take a look at the orchard, and it is raining, so it's definitely hard to see. We'll go into build mode so you can see that better. So the orchard is coming along. There's currently a thunderstorm, so it's difficult to see even in build mode. But you see everything's growing nicely. Andrew does not want to confess to Mary that his time on the road during the Depression was really very enjoyable. He enjoyed fishing, cooking his own fish, devoting his time to his art. And so he's trying to be patient with Mary. She is trying to be sympathetic, but she's extremely worried. Mary's way of dealing with the grief is to shower her remaining son, James, with love and attention, encouraging his school studies. Also, her grandchildren, Thomas and little Robert, who has kind of been left behind in the shuffle of the deaths and the war. Oh, some grandma love. He's doing fine. He's still very sad, though. I don't think he's done his homework. James also needs to do his homework. And Margaret is still very sad, and I believe she is pregnant. And she is pregnant with one male, and she's in the first trimester. And now, for your Sims 4 tip of the day. When you're in CAS and you're dressing your Sim, oftentimes they will wear outfits you don't want them to wear. So if I find an outfit that I want them to wear all the time, and you click on it, there's a new little thing up here I just noticed. You can apply full body to all outfits, and it'll check mark each one of those. Or you can go right down here and you can set it for whatever category you want. So that for me solves a lot of problems. I hope you have enjoyed this episode of the Decades Challenge. Leave me a comment below, like, subscribe, do all the YouTubey stuff. And it really helps if you share this video with someone else you think might like the video. So until then, have a great day.